Hafa one and all, I'm Jason Salas, and this is your show of shows, KUM News Extra. And tonight, we're going to take a peek at a brand new furniture store downtown. We'll also check in with our friends from Pazzuta on their 10th year making non-government organizations better. But first, we are back with journalist, broadcaster, cultural ethnographer, the winner of the Nobel Prize for Awesomeness at some point in her career, Rlene Santos Steffy, who is diving into a brand new venture, Rlene, as if you don't have enough time.
You know, it appears to be all very different, but it's all really interrelated. Your
resume, and in the modern day, your LinkedIn profile must be a mile long for all you've done to celebrate culture and history. And again, we've said this many, many times, and it's been too long since I've had you here, so welcome back. You search for the truth in everything you do. So is that very noble mission part of this book?
Well, what this book is now is the culture, story, history, the homeland of everything Chamorro. And it's not something I necessarily thought of doing. It's just something that transcends from what I'm doing, right? It's, I mean, with everything else that I'm doing, this was a natural transition. And it came a lot quicker than I expected. But when Rosa Paloma was chairing the workshop and forums for 2016 Festback, I went down and covered it because I thought it was important. It was a group of local writers. I was only there as an observer. And at the end, she said, "I want a book from you." And I thought, but you know me in challenge. Boy, that's my nickname.
Never back down. Okay.
Never back down.
And I'm going to naively assume, because of the packaging and because of the wonderful colors and artwork on the cover, this is a book geared primarily for young people?
No.
No, okay.
It's designed to you.
Okay.
There is no...
Certainly I'm not young.
Well, you're a child, right?
Yeah.
This is a children's book.
Okay, maturity-wise, certainly.
And materially, it's for people who don't speak Chamorro to learn the Chamorro language.
Okay.
By learning the culture, by learning the customs, the language, whatever it is that's Chamorro, our experiences. And
our reverence for respect and for family
all
and for the
those
elderly.
Stories will come out. Okay. And because it's culturally related, it has to come out, right? And so I have a voluminous resource because of all the World War II survivors that I've interviewed. And the very first is pictured in here, which is my mother.
Okay, can I just ask you though, many people have tried this approach. I think it's wonderful that you are adding a chapter to this ongoing play, if you will. There seems to be a big divide in the approach you take, because it is an educational piece, right? Did they say, do you take the university approach to teaching Chamorro language and culture, or do you take the Antigua approach?
Well, there's no such thing as the university's, there's no difference between the university per se and Antigua. Okay. What's different is the pronunciation of the words.
And rarely shall the twain meet.
And that's where the rub is, because now that the Chamorro Language Commission is established, it's established primarily because I want a standard. And I think that we all deserve that standard. So how we say things doesn't necessarily translate into how we write things. We know that, right? We go to school, we learn grammar. And so the Chamorro Language Commission is established for that purpose, so that writers will have a standard. Now, in a book or in my column, in the Post, or in anything that we write regarding Chamorro, there will be a difference. For example, I just recently discussed with my editor that Saipan, as pronounced in Chamorro, is S-A glota-I-P-A-N. But it's not Saipan. If I'm speaking English, it's Saipan. If I'm speaking Chamorro, it's Saipan. And when I'm speaking about Chamorro, about anything about Saipan in the Chamorro vernacular or in a storyline, it has to be written as Saipan. But Agata, you notice the village names along the road?
In Alahan.
In Alahan, not in Arahan.
Yep.
And if you're going to argue that that's how it's spelled and that's the official, well, who made it official? You changed it. Somebody changed it. That's not how the local people say it. And so I'm finding, Jason, for the first time in my life, that I'm struggling with this again. I did it at the PDN, and they didn't want me to use Chamorro words in my column, but then they acquiesced, and they realize this is Guam. We have this right. And I don't make it a fight. It's just it's a point that I'm trying to push across. Is that let me celebrate my language. Let me celebrate. I mean, it's my opinion column, right? Or it's my book, or it's my video. And that's what I push in all my work.
Okay, and that's a very, very, very good point, because I wanted to bring this up because I've known you forever at this point. I've admired and followed your career ever since I was little.
Thank you. Don't make it sound like that.
No, but it's very good work. But you know, you've done print media.
Yes.
You covered a variety of events in the print format. You've done radio. You've done video with your
broadcast.
very fine series that works here, and now you've written books. With this book appealing to specifically children, using more visual aspects and stressing, you know, proper pronunciation and everything like that, what challenges did that format present as far as getting your message across?
None.
Okay.
Because I'm the writer.
Damn, you're good.
None, because I'm the writer, and because I'm the producer, and because it's my book. So that partly is the success that I have in everything I'm doing. I don't work for an organization that I'm going to wake up to, and they're going to edit the work. They don't have that say over it. So I consult people. I consult with Palomo and Terry Flores, Hope Cristobal, you know, all the people that are in the Chamorro Language Commission, basically Joey Franquez, people who work in this language and culture, and even Jeremy Cepeda. I consult other people and say, okay, what it is now. This is vibrant.
That is beautiful.
It's vibrant because it's for kids.
Yeah.
Kids don't like pastel colors. You ever notice them? They'll put it aside. When a kid picks up a book that's alive, they sit down and immediately want to open it up.
We don't need My Little Pony. We've got, you know, My Big Carabao.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we have enough material to talk about our culture and our people and our realities. And we want to share that with the world. So this is a book. I use my grandchildren. This is Gabret.
Very nice.
And then Kamea is Anna, because her name is Kamea Mawana, and we call her Anna. So she's a co-character in this book, and already she says, it's not my book, it's Gabret's.
Very nice. Okay. Well, speaking of formats and everything, we got to run, but you are now conquering the online world as well, so add that, add that to your media dominance. You can get this book on Amazon.
Amazon and all the documentaries we've produced so far. And I would like to say that in addition to the KOM channels, it's also our videos are also running on the Governor's channel and the Legislative channel.
Very nice.
So thank you everyone for the support.
Please give me a warning if you ever want to start anchoring the news again, because I got to polish my resume, because you're going to take over my job.
I am having so much fun.
Well, good.
Now I'm working on Birds, and you've seen that production.
Yeah. Well, we can't wait to
expect
hear
more.
from you. Well, come back on the show at your earliest convenience. We'd love to talk about that as well.
I will.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right. Please stay tuned, everybody. Extra continues after this.